Indian girl. Well, I'm like 3/4 Indian and quarter Persian. And I'm a law student. Actually, that's something not a lot of people know about me. So I'm a fashion blogger and a law student. And I've had a very international upbringing, which is what I like to showcase on my blog as well. Like, fusion of fashion from the Western and the Eastern. I take it from everywhere that I've grown up with, basically. I also like to do martial arts to keep fit, as well as yoga. Again, West and East together. And I think if I were to, in a nutshell, tell you about me, it's just that I'm like a citizen of the world. That's a really hard question to answer. But I would say home is where family is, or where my close friends are. But for the moment, I live in London, so I guess that would be considered home. About a year ago, my sister got into photography, and I worked at a fashion company in Amsterdam, and I realized that there was a portal where people who liked fashion could share their fashion, and I was very inspired by that, and I wanted to share my own fashion with the world, and so I started the blog along with my sister. They do. Lately, I've been, like, in the beginning when I started the blog, not so much, but now they do. Yeah, I get around 15 parcels a week, and I feel very grateful for that. Inspiration for my blog post, probably from everyday life, just like living it and living through the day and all the hurdles that come by and all the positive things that come by. It's just, the beautiful, rich life that I live. It just comes from everyday life. My fashion inspiration always has been, always will be Audrey Hepburn, because she's so classy and I've loved her since I was a child. Absolutely. I remember the time I had just one follower, like it was yesterday, because all this has grown in just a year's time. And I think what I did was probably I worked very hard, but also very smart. And that was the reason we grew in like a matter of a year into like 300,000 followers today. You keep followers by treating them like friends and not like followers, and when you let them into your life and share everything about your day-to-day life, and like I said, you make them friends, then they just stay because your interaction with them is really good. My biggest tip would be just to get started. I think the hardest part is to make that first big step, but once you do, everything else just works out. So I would say just get started, basically. The biggest challenge about fashion blogging would be sharing so much of your life, and as a person, when I started doing this, I was not as open to share so much of myself and my life and my friends and my family, but as a fashion blogger you have to, because that's what your followers want you to do. And also I think having this responsibility over like complete strangers that look up to you now, I think that's also a bit strange, and it's a little bit hard, but I love it and I'm very grateful, so I don't regret anything. In the sense of content, I see my brand expanding more to do also beauty and fitness, as well as fashion and also lifestyle. Like, I love traveling, so sharing more of the travel aspects on the blog too. In the sense of audience, I see the blog expanding to more of the US audience and Latin America, because we don't have as much of that at the moment, because we're very focused on the UK and Europe and Asia. So that would be the goal, I think. Yeah, I do. A lot of pressure from social media, especially in the beginning. It was a lot more, but now I've come to deal with it, and which is what I want to go out and tell younger girls, that everything you see in social media is just perception. And even me, like in some of the photos on my Instagram, it's like, oh, she looks so beautiful, but that's of course the lighting, the angles, the makeup, and without all that, I look like a normal girl as well, like everyone else. And so I just want to, go out and tell the world that social media is just all about perception, and you shouldn't let it affect you so much on a daily basis.